With all the hysteria over this oil pump drive belt at the back of this Duramax engine, I decided it was time for me to price this out and see how much it's really going to cost to see if it's really as big of a deal as everybody's making it out to be. So, in case you were unaware, the Duramax 3.0 has an oil pump drive belt at the back of the engine. At 150,000 miles, you have to pull the transmission to access this belt and replace it. And I have the prices right here. I have parts cost and I have labor, which put the two together, that's how much it's going to cost you roughly to get this replaced. So let's go straight into it and break down the parts. What I have is the parts here. You can pause this if you would like to see it closer. All the part numbers are going to be down below in the description, so you can feel free to go check it out. These are the current part numbers as of the posting of this video, which is in the date somewhere along the bottom. So what we have is, obviously you need the oil pump drive belt, which comes in at $22.16. You need the rear plate, the whole plate. I would suggest replacing the whole cover plate. If you're going to be doing this yourself, which is a possibility, you totally could, but I'm just going to go off of this if you're going to replace it yourself. So it comes with a little guide plate on there, so you don't need the special tool when reinstalling it. You just use that little guide plate that it comes with, and you can slip it on. The other reason, if you're paying somebody to do this job for you, you want to do the rear cover plate just because it's going to be perfectly machined surface. The technician is not going to have to clean off all the surface and then reinstall a used plate. You don't want that. Just do the plate, because there were some early casting issues with the early engines. You can do a search on that, but we're not going to get into that. Replace the rear cover plate. It's not that expensive. Part numbers are down below. So what we have are, the rear cover plate is $99.77. The belt is $22.16. You're going to need a bolt, because in order to remove this belt, you have to pull the pulley off, which is a one-time use bolt. And you have RTV Sealant, which is going to seal the plate back up against your engine block, and that is $39.90. Again, these are retail prices. You can shop around. You can totally find these for cheaper using whatever source that you have. So we're looking at about 200 bucks in parts. So that's really not as bad as that I was thinking. I don't know what you were thinking, but $200 in parts. So let's get into labor. All right, so labor is coming in at 7.1 hours. Now that doesn't matter if it's two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, because it's just unbolting the transmission and pulling it back. Enough room to get to that plate, to access it, to get into everything. So 7.1 hours for that, and then you're adding 2/10 if it has a transfer case skid plate. I have that all printed out right in front of me. I got those numbers from AllData, accurate as of the time of this video. So we have 7.3 hours. Now I did a Google search to see how much is like the most common labor rate, because anywhere could be different. California is higher than Texas, whatever, who knows. Someone's going to be higher than the others. It could be anywhere from $100 to $225 an hour labor rate, depending on what shop you're going to. The sky is wide open on those. So what I did was I just rounded it up, rough average, $150 an hour. So 7.3 hours times $150 an hour, you're looking at $1,095, $1,095 plus $200 in parts. You're looking at $1,300 to replace that belt at 150,000 miles. So let me know what you think about those numbers. Was that where you were thinking? Let me know. Tell me in the comments. I personally don't think it's that bad.